I'll like tack it on. You don't use your cooldowns like effectively at all, and then like you don't really take space. It's just very passive gameplay. Um, and if you want to do that, you might as well just play Orisa, I guess. But if you're serious about learning Diva, like you gotta think about how she actually takes space, which is against this comp where they're not that mobile and you are. You need to be places where it's hard for them to deal with you, right? You could be like up here, super good. The only person who could get you is Junkrat if he uses all his things, but he's dead. Reaper could telly up here, and then he's not in your front line, right? Then they can walk in. They've got range. And we can maybe shoot Orisa here in the back, right? And when we can land headshots when she doesn't have gold, we actually blow her the hell up. It's just when she has gold and spin, you're not going to get much done before she gets help from even these healers, right? Or we go backline, we shoot the Kiri. She has nowhere to telly, right? Except for people in front of her. Then we kill her. Yeah? And I think, do we eat this? No, because we're using up all our Matrix, not really doing anything. Like, you Matrixing Reaper, it just stops you from taking damage, but you're not going to, he's not going to die while he's doing that. He's not expecting to do something and then you're stopping it, right? And now you don't have Matrix any odds. Right? And even with the bell, like, sure, you're on him, maybe she could have had it sleep. But it's like, there's no reason for you to use up all your Matrix doing that. And you probably fed him the last percentage of his ult, right? Not a good fight for you. Good fight for you, right? And we could have stopped this res. Right? You kind of like kept Reaper here, your team walked out to help you. Because you're taking a bunch of damage and you're never going to kill him in a million years. And then he ulted and killed them, right? And you're like, oh, my team's so stupid. Like, kind of no. Kind of like, we've been in this space here for like, I don't even know, like a minute or something as the cards marched all the way down here. Right? You haven't taken any space. Just like simplest definition of it, right? And now we throw an ult, like never ult when you're down this many players. It's just a bad idea. I think this one works. But in general, it's just super, super, super low value. And it's going to work here. The thing is, they pushed it here. They actually don't need to win that many fights, right? They won one fight over there. They won, I guess I won one fight at the end there. One fight never here because you were staggered so long. And then this fight was just long and drawn out. You never gave them a reason to like get off cart. You never took any of this space. So far, they've won 2 fights. I think they're going to get white tier. But they have the good spawns. Yeah, this is ridiculous. And like Reaper should have killed you. Orisa should have javelined you. Now we get Nano. So, okay, we turn that fight around. It also cost us our Diva ult. It cost us a Nano. The Nano is a huge waste. Right? So ult economy-wise is kind of tied if you look at the ults, right? You both have Cure Call. They're about to have more ults than you, though. And again, like, we're payload princess right now. Like, not our job. We have an honor for that, or a soldier, or a reaper. We need to be taking space, and space isn't just like the payload and where it goes. Your Diva, you can boost up to high ground. We can be up here, making the Reaper look at us, so he couldn't potentially kill the soldier or the Reaper here, and these guys would just wail on him. And we probably won't kill him, but we'll force him to fade out, right? We're just like so passive in this game, and it's like the major reason you lose, right? Matrix nothing. We used our boost to take high ground. We matrixed a bunch of stuff, and we're gonna drop here. Right? Again, what is this position do for you other than enable you to eat a bunch of spam and give the Junkrat 2 easy targets here? Our DPS are up here, right? So we need to be thinking about a position to support them, right? I think this is fine. The thing is, Reaper, when he's coming around the corner here, he's not going to kill anyone. He's going to kill someone when they're close to him. When he's close to them, right? Nobody was over here for him to threaten. You're worried about him when he gets to, like, here. But meanwhile, because of our, like, weird positioning, right? Like, you're basically invisible. They can walk towards the team or not, and they don't have to worry about where you are and what you're going to do, because we know what you're going to do, which is just, like, sit in the middle of the map and kind of spam anything kind of generally in the middle, right? If you've been, like, up here, let's say, or up here, maybe the Orisa throws a javelin at you, right? But your healers kind of come over here because they think this is generally safe. And even now, like, this is probably over. You don't have Raz, your Kiri's dead, she had the ult. Maybe we can get something for this. Like, their team's really backed off, but we're not going to do anything killing this Reaper. We're going to maybe Matrix him, and maybe if Ana hits an anti, then maybe we kill him. Probably what we're looking for is this Mercy here. Like, Orisa's gold, we do no damage to her. And we've just been eating, like, so much damage. The other thing I want to point out is, like... Never mind. I don't know. I guess, like, it was an okay decision because he did kill them all, but if he had ult right now... Maybe that fight was turnable if you'd thrown it, like, early in a fight. But now, again, we're just kind of dead in an awkward time. We didn't cut bait. They're going to get this again. They're going to get good spawns again. Like, this is kind of dangerous. Especially because respawns take longer, like, as the game goes on, right? As soon as I get that checkpoint, this game is winnable for them. Very winnable, okay? So you need to be thinking about that. So again, I feel like a broken record, but we're just kind of here, right? This doesn't do anything. They don't have to change where they're going to go based on where you are. That's kind of the fundamental problem, right? In a neutral game, we're thinking about who's good for us to shoot, who maybe can we kill, like, just off the rip. That's going to be Junkrat. You can be here and Matrix this meaningless spam. If he hits a shot like this, like, good on him. It's not really on you to prevent your team from taking, like, Junkrat lobs from a mile away. Unless they, like, want to walk somewhere, then maybe you Matrix. But we need to be looking for some sort of off angle, anything. We'd be here and be threatening to them, right? We can be here and thinking about how are they going to get to our Ana? Well, they could come, like, up this way, right? So we could be here and be threatening. Maybe not the most profitable. We see that our Reaper is behind, right? So maybe what we want to do is be here so they're looking away from him when he goes in, right? Or even here. Not the best cover, but we can disengage by backing up, right? We can look to be here and then maybe work our way in here. And this is more of like an Orisa Ramatra kind of Zarya flank, but also this can be really strong. We have boost over here. And all of a sudden they're like, shit, there's a diva in our back line. Do we continue to take space forward or do we go back here? And then our team moves up and now suddenly we have a fight like here, right? So that's what I mean. It's like you gotta, like, move your chess piece and take some sort of space, threaten something. The thing that you kind of threaten is just like frontline damage. right? And this distance, like look at the Orisa's health when you do this. Look at everyone's health. Let's slow it down. We don't hit macros, right? I think the Ana is doing more damage to her than you are. This just does nothing, and it doesn't, like, the card doesn't stop. Right? And we're just jumping cooldowns. The Kiriko just sits there and heals Sarissa, right? We're not seeing, like, oh, our Reaper got a kill, and he's back there. We can see him through walls, right? Mercy's flown back to help him, right? We can go hard on this Junkrat. We can eat and throw our micros at the same time. With that superior console, PC control. I can do that on console, but we can eat that. We could maybe play main because this Kiriko ult's gone off. We could use up our Matrix and then get out of dodge, like up here. But she doesn't really have to account for you, like, at all. You're just kind of there where she wants to be anyway. So you're playing into Rissa's strengths and, like, your weaknesses. And we're following Rissa. We're not going to kill her. She's gold. Finally, yeah? Like, in the meantime, your Reaper died. So you're staggered. Yeah. Part of this is just the target selection. Like, Rissa in here, low health, she's not going to kill anyone on your team. You did bail the Kiriko out. She also had TP, right? Maybe try to eat her Javelin if she has that. But we need to look at these guys and kind of feast on them. When we kill the Orisa, we need to know where Mercy is. She's out. Okay, we're not going for res. That's good. Higher rank Mercy maybe would have considered sneaking in behind you there and resing the Orisa. We're boosting in. Again, we land our boost so many times in this game at Reaper, and we just fight him here. It's just a bad trade for you. And again, because you're making that choice earlier, you can't really eat the Reaper ult that well. We bomb again. This is an okay bomb. They don't have a tank. They're chatting at space. It's been middle of the fight. The decisions that, like, led to that bomb, maybe not so good. And I don't know why we're not just remeching. Remeching in front of Reaper, you lose 200 health, right? I think that's a fine bomb. We need to win a second fight. That needs to be our goal right now. We need to get the payload to here so that we have good spawns for once, right? We need to be thinking right now, if we lose this fight, they get good spawns again. It's actually quite dangerous. Even though we feel like we're really far in the lead. They're like 2 fights away from winning this. We tag the tire, that's not bad. Our DPS die, right? We weren't going to kill the tire. What's Reaper doing? He's near you because he thinks it's safe. Right? Tire's going to go. You're not going to kill it from this distance anyway. So unless you want to, like, boost at it maybe and and like take the tire. If you have full health, you can survive a tire and not get demeched. That would maybe be a good idea. Boost the tire, try and kill it, prevent it from killing anything, throw your micros. The other choice could have been to go forward with this Reaper and just Matrix him. He wants to keep these guys from coming in. I think that's a pretty good decision if he has your support. Right? The other thing you could do is try to find the Junkrat, but he's in a weird-ass place, right? I would be looking for him. I would expect a Junkrat to be, like, here or something like that. And so maybe, I don't know, I kind of don't think I would kill the tire. I'd probably try to help the Reaper. But, you know, maybe you commit micros. At the same time, they use tire. Maybe we take the L and focus on winning the next fight with ult advantage. Now, at this point, you've lost guys. 2 on cart doesn't make the bot go faster. We need to save our mech. Ana gets killed, right? We're never going to prevent that, yeah? We need to save our mech. But again, we're boosting. I'm glad you, like, used verticality for once. And maybe you're trying to land up there, which would have been safe. But we're just landing main, right? They want to go this way, and they're just going to chase us. Probably the safer bet would have been to boost this way. And grab this Mega. And also, we know our team's respawning over here, right? I think the Ana made a good decision. Now, she comes in and uses Bell to try and bail you out, right? She's dead. Right? This stagger is 100% on us. And honestly, at this point, now we're going to die slowly. I think now Tori's going to die. Right? They use Junkrat ult. That sucks. They're going to kill someone with that. Maybe we lose that fight. Maybe we don't if they only kill one with a tire and we save the Reaper. But this whole situation here, the staggering and stuff, this is on you. Terrible ult. But he did kill the Mercy. That could be huge. So, okay. We're thinking they're like one fight away from winning this, right? We need to... But the thing is, as soon as the bot starts pushing, it's actually quite slow. So we need to just like get together. These guys, we're not going to save them. Our Reaper just died anyway. We're not going to have a fair fight. We maybe get close enough to help our Kiriko and spam group up so that she can teleport to us and be safe. But if we take a fight as 5, we have pretty good ults. They have pretty good ults too. But it is winnable. But here we're like committing again to main, right? Trying to save our Ana. But like you're matrixing her just in general, and actually when you want to be matrixing her is when the Reaper's near her, right? She could have gotten out, probably, with a little better budget at Matrix. But okay, she made a stupid choice. They still have a long way to go, and you guys have good spawns, like I was talking about earlier, right? But like, we're just way back with full health. I know we want to group people up. We also need to like make sure they've been aggressive. Our Reaper's like kind of in. Want to make sure they can't further stagger us. Right? And the Junkrat can just spam us safely. And honestly, spam, if it misses us, it'll hit someone else on our team. And it's because we're just standing like here, right? We need to be forcing their hand somehow. At this point in the map, the fight's happening around here, right? They're going to be positioned off the cart. We want to stop it from going there. We're okay letting them like walk it a little bit. We just have to win one fight. There's 13 seconds left. We need to know if this Reaper's going to flank. Probably be thinking yes. We need to know if the Junkrat's going to like dive in, right? We want to be like high ground. And then we don't have to back off so much, right? And we get like this thing, we could boost here, reposition, draw down. They have to be on cart. You don't. Not until it's like here. Right? And if we're up here, we can hear the Reaper coming through. We can matrix him. Right? So like, sure, you're Ana in a bad place. She doesn't get her nano off. But not even. She wasn't in a bad place. She was back here. Reaper got a good off. That's great. We boosted over to him. Like, the Ana's dead. We're not going to save anyone else on the Reaper. We bail on the rest of our team who's been grouped up with us because that's how we've been playing. It's just kind of main. We bail on them. They all get run over by Akira Cult and Narissa. We're not there. We do the most damage on our team other than Reaper and Akira Cult. And we can eat all of their damage, right? When Akira ults, it's because she thinks she can kill you. She can get a kill. Same thing with a BAP, and we want to Matrix and be Matrix in that, right? The Reaper ult was pretty much a solo out on Iana. And after we miss, like after she's dead, not much value in boosting over to him. We're going to lose a bunch of health. Our Kiriko's going to like turn around maybe to try and save us right when they're pushing in, right? We just kind of don't take any space. And now we're like staggered too. Like there's still time, right? We boosted back. We made that decision. That sucks. Come back here. Or Reaper died over there. Come back here. So they can't shoot you. Shoot this Mercy while she's trying to res. You probably won't kill her, but maybe. And also, if you're here, your healer's going to come out. You have a Kiriko. She can tally out a spawn. She gets you full health. Instead, you like play here the whole time and lose your mech, right? There's no hope now that you guys are going to win this. Yeah, GG, right? So, I'll try and write up something kind of concise because this is like, I usually don't do VOD reviews this long. But like the kind of main thing is you just don't know how to use D.Va. And it sucks to say, but the good news is there's like a lot of room for improvement, right? And one thing is thinking about like based on our comp, what can I do differently? What are my strengths? What are their weaknesses? They play a brawl comp, you can't play main anymore, right? You don't out damage anything. You don't out sustain an Orisa. You don't trade damage well with a Reaper. You need to be thinking like, is this like, what is this worth? Is this low value or is this high value? Am I gonna kill this guy, or am I just trading cooldowns right now? And also, like, on top of that, when is the fight going to happen and where do I need to be, like, to be ready for that, right? You kind of just, in this whole game, don't really take space. You occupy space, but you don't threaten to do anything. They don't need to be worried about you. You stand where they're going to walk, and then they walk there. And that's what they want to do anyway, because they're playing Brawl, right? And then on top of that, just really, really, really be suspicious anytime you're shooting a tank. Sometimes it's a good thing to do, like if they don't have armor, you can kill something quite fast on D.Va, but I bet you had really high damage numbers in this game, and frankly, a lot of that was trash damage. You were spamming Orisa and you had really no hope of killing her. When you're shooting someone in a small room, it's like, is this good for me or bad? If you're fighting a Reaper away from both your teams, that's a bad trade for you unless he's already kind of low health, you have your micros, you know he's used Fade, right? It's a lot of conditions. So we need to be looking for like, okay, I can't do this one thing, it's not working, how can I change the thing around it? And then finally, like the stagger thing, the stagger, most of it is kind of on you. Especially at the end there. The fight you had like on their side, it didn't start on their side, but when Ana pushed the cart, right? She made that decision. You should know how many people are dead on your team. If you don't have the sound enabled for deaths, probably enable it because you're not keeping track of it that well. And you should be thinking like, I need to regroup. And similarly, like towards the beginning when you were winning, you lost that Moira, she's walking back, right? We need to be back and indicate clearly to our team, like, if we want to group up. The times we were spamming group up, it was like right after people died. And it was because you were out of the fight for so long. Right? In both those cases, you had a chance to bail out of the fight and beat up with your team, and then you could have taken it as a full 5, right? I think sometimes the clock like isn't running for you exactly, and so you think it kind of doesn't matter because some people have died, and the next fight will be the next time you respawn, right? But especially on like these mobile tanks, Winston, Diva, Ball, Doomfist. Um, you need to make a decision to cut bait sometimes and make sure you get your team to regroup. And sometimes people are going to make stupid choices. And I get that it's like really hard to make that read in a moment, but there's definitely a bunch of stuff in this game that you could have done to win it. And I hope I explained that really well. So let me know if you have any questions. All right. Thanks for your time. Have a good one.